Eren Yeager is one of the most complex and divisive characters in anime. From his beginnings as a hero in Attack on Titan to becoming a controversial villain in the final arcs. But to understand Eren's descent, we need to go back to where it all began. At the start, Eren was everything you'd expect from a shonen protagonist, driven, determined, and a little impulsive. His early motivation was simple. He wanted to protect his loved ones and take revenge against the Titans for destroying his hometown. As a child, he dreamed of joining the military and seeing the world beyond the walls, and this was the foundation of his character.
それを見た者は、この世界で一番の自由を手に入れたものだ。
Eren's desire for freedom drove him to fight back against the Titans, and in his eyes, every Titan was a threat to humanity's survival. He was the hero, standing up for the powerless, willing to risk everything to destroy the Titans and achieve his idea of freedom. His friends, Mikasa and Armin, were by his side, and together they formed the perfect trio: revenge, intellect, and loyalty. But even from the beginning, there was a darkness in Eren's character, a tendency to let his emotions control him. His impulsiveness often led him into dangerous situations. Yet at this stage, his motivations were clear: protect humanity, protect his friends, and destroy the Titans.
海の向こうには自由がある。ずっとそう信じてた。でも違った。
As the show progressed, Eren began to question everything he once knew. The truth behind the Titans, the walls, and the history of the Eldians was slowly revealed. The discovery that humanity was not alone in the world shattered Eren's worldview. Instead of just fighting for survival, he now had to grapple with the fact that his enemies were not the Titans, but his fellow humans, those who imprisoned him and his people. With this newfound knowledge, Eren's idealism began to clash with the harsh realities of the world. The oppressive cycle of violence between Eldians and Malians, the hypocrisy of the ruling powers, and the fate of his people began to consume him. His original motivation of freedom became distorted. Eren's transformation from hero to villain truly began when he realized the depth of humanity's cruelty.
憎しみによる報復の連鎖を完全に終結させる唯一の方法は、憎しみの歴史を文明ごとこの世から葬り去ることだ。
In Season 3, we see him starting to make choices that raise more than a few eyebrows. While still fighting for freedom, Eren began to question the morality of his actions. It was during these moments that the cracks in his hero persona began to show, a growing ruthlessness and an emerging willingness to sacrifice innocent lives for his goals. But the true turning point comes when Eren, in his desperation to change the world, became willing to embrace darker methods. The moment he activated the Rumbling, a plan capable of annihilating all life outside the island of Paradis, was when the stakes became clear. Eren was no longer fighting for the freedom of the innocent. He was ready to destroy the entire world to achieve his version of freedom. By the time we reach Attack on Titan's final season, Eren has fully embraced his role as the antagonist. His descent into villainy is marked by his cold, detached attitude toward his friends and enemies alike. He now sees himself as a necessary force to ensure the survival of his people, even if it means wiping out everyone to do so. His relationship with Mikasa and Armin becomes strained as he reveals his apocalyptic plan to them. His willingness to go to any lengths, including abandoning those he once cared about, proves how far he's fallen. Eren's goal is no longer about revenge or even freedom for the Eldians. It's about survival at any cost. But is Eren truly a villain? His actions may seem unforgivable, but his journey is rooted in a tragic desire for freedom. Freedom from oppression, from suffering, and from the cycle of violence that has plagued his people for centuries. Eren is a product of a broken world, and his transformation reflects the consequences of living in such a world. Eren's tragic flaw lies in his inability to break free from the endless cycle of hatred and revenge. He sought freedom for his people, but failed to realize that true freedom comes not from destruction, but from understanding and reconciliation. Eren Yeager's journey from hero to villain is one of the most compelling character arcs in anime history. His evolution reminds us that the line between heroism and villainy is often thin. And sometimes, the greatest heroes can become the most tragic villains. Let me know in the comments. Do you think Eren's decisions were justified? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and check out my other videos for more content like this.